All right, so we've actually just pulled off of Ozark Road and veered left onto the gravel road. There you'll see that spotting tower. That's a really good landmark. Actually, about 10 minutes ago, we went to the east across this field down to State Line Cove. We had a couple jet skis and a truckload of people, and we dropped off the jet skis and the people, and they're gonna head to the south side of the peninsula, and we're gonna meet up with them later. But on the way, we're gonna take a look at this property. So got to the end of Ozark Road, kind of took a jog to the left, and now we'll continue south on this gravel road. And this will take us on down to the property. Off to the right, we've got, I guess he would be the closest neighbor, a retired gentleman and his wife. They've got a beautiful lake view over there. Oh, there goes a wild turkey. That was cool. She was probably on a nest. I hope I didn't scare her. There's that lake view again. But yeah, a lot of deer and turkey out here. That's for sure. So the road continues on to the south. Beautiful summer day. And after this video, I'm gonna play on the lake for a while. We brought a couple jet skis, and like I said, unloaded at State Line Cove. We could have come down here and unloaded at the south side, but I just wanted to check out State Line Cove. So you'll see this kind of barn on the left, and there's actually a Y in the road. You're going to stay to the right, or continue straight. But either way, you're gonna veer right, I guess. And I don't know exactly how far it is. To take my keys off the keychain here, so they're going to be clanging the whole time. On the gravel easement roads, generally a truck or an SUV is what you want, just so you have a little bit of extra clearance. My trailer clanging behind me there. I might offload that somewhere if I'm gonna do too much driving around here on the peninsula. We've got a total of 4 people down here today, and the plan is to take a few videos and then spend the rest of the day just goofing off on the lake. Brought 2 jet skis, and we're going to do some fishing and obviously some jet skiing, and one of the bigger jet skis, we're going to pull a tube with that. Jet skis are one of those things that, I mean, you can spend a lot of money or you can spend a little money, and you can get a pretty good jet ski without spending too much money. I mean, if you want a fancy one, you can spend as much as you want to, but a couple years ago, well, 3 years ago, we bought 2 used jet skis with this trailer that I'm pulling behind me for just under $2,000, and they are definitely not new, but I mean, a well-maintained jet ski is like anything. It'll just run forever, and these things run fantastically. The only reason we bought it is we were spending a couple weeks up at Lake of the Ozarks, and we had no intention of buying a jet ski. We were going to rent a jet ski, and the rental places we talked to rent 1 jet ski for 2 weeks, it was basically more economical to buy these 2 jet skis. And we thought, hey man, if these 2 jet skis run a couple weeks, then we're ahead of the game as far as renting them. And now we're going on 3 years, and we've used them constantly every summer, and they just run perfectly. We've never done a thing to them. So I mean, if you want to spend 6, 8, 10 grand on a jet ski, you can do that, and you can get an awesome jet ski. But if you're just looking for something to goof off with in the summertime, around $1,000. I mean, the trick is to buy your jet skis in the winter if you can. Don't wait until the first day of summer to buy your jet ski. Okay, now I've got to look at the map right. You can actually see the lake down there. Look at the map right and see where we are here. Okay. So we are getting, whoops, just about drove off the road there. closer. I'm excited to get out and play on the lake. I really haven't had a chance yet this year, and we've all been staying really busy, so we were excited to get out here and spend a Saturday on the water. Saturday. Definitely some rough sections to this road. I'm going kind of quickly too. Doesn't look like this road has been graded yet this year. We saw that turkey earlier. Generally, we hear the turkey. We don't often see the turkey. We hear them just about every time, and then we see the deer just about every time. So that was a surprise to have that turkey flying right in front of us like that. It's pretty neat. Since this is a huge private peninsula, the deer and the turkey, I mean, they just hang out here. They really can't leave unless they cross that north side. So I think they have their routes that they follow within the peninsula. And I'm being awfully noisy today, and that's probably why we haven't seen any deer. Very secluded feel out here, just gorgeous. This section of the lake is fantastic. There were a couple people out on jet skis today and a few people in their bass boats doing some fishing. And I believe we're getting pretty close to the property now. Let's see where we are here. I'm gonna pull up here and take a look at my MapRight app. This looks like a good spot. Alrighty, so we actually just dropped off the trailer, pulled off to the side because I didn't want to have to tow that all over the place today. And I looked at the map, and we are pretty much at the property here. So as we look to the south, that's the land on the right. You can tell it's heavily wooded, obviously. A lot of cedar trees, it looks like, on this northeastern part. And this particular tract, if you look at the maps, you'll notice it has this private drive that goes off down in there, and that's pretty cool. We might have to explore that. In fact, I think I'll pull up just a little further. Ton of road frontage here. But then the real bonus, I think, on this one is the fact that it has that nice trail going right into it. And I'm going to bring the iPad with the MapRight with us here. Okay, there we go. I think I have what I need. So again, this is tract 55, if I hadn't already mentioned that. Super, super neat property. I'll try to zoom in on the MapRight, and you can see kind of how we are here, how we're situated. Okay, see if I can make this work. So we came down the road easement. We're parked right here, and this is tract 55. So there's the lake, obviously. It borders the Corps of Engineer line completely along, I guess that would be its south side and its west side. So really neat property. And if you look at this, you can see that trail runs not quite dead center, but I mean, it runs right through it. That was probably going to be an old subdivision road, but that's been vacated. That's private now, so that's your private drive going into the property. It actually goes both ways. Let's go take a look. So pretty easy to find the private driveway. Oh no! Good catch, Zach. Okay, there we go. Pretty easy to find the private driveway. I'm trying to take a couple pictures too as we go. So I mean, if you didn't want to have to mess with a property to install a driveway, this is a nice one. I mean, you can come right back in here. I could have driven the truck right back in here, no problem. It goes left and right, but we're definitely well off the easement road. This is now just a private trail on the property. Nice and level. We did a drone video just a few minutes ago actually of this property, so we got to look at it from the air. It is gorgeous, nicely wooded. Mix of cedar trees and hardwood trees. I see a lot of cedars here on this portion. This is really pretty though. At this point, we should be far enough off that main easement road that you're beyond the setbacks. So if you wanted to build or set up your campsite here, you should be just fine. An immense amount of Corps of Engineer frontage, which is really nice. This is all very level where we are. Let's just go ahead and walk on back this way. Big, beautiful cedar trees everywhere. Now here's a really old fence. So that's interesting. The guys have found a couple of old homesteads out here. So do some exploring. This is a large tract. You never know what you'll find. I don't know if they found a homestead on this particular tract, but certainly with that fence and this level ground, there's a good chance that someone was out here at some point, maybe in the 1800s or early 1900s. The one homestead they found, which wasn't that far from this tract, they actually found part of an old log cabin, which was really cool. Still quite level here. Now we've got a mixture of cedar and hardwood trees. I can see the lake down through the trees there. This is an extremely usable tract. And you know what? That might be an old homestead. I see what looks like possibly an old building site. Here's a man-made pit. This could have been a root cellar. It's got a fence running across it. We've got rocks on both sides. That's interesting. And that looks like part of an old building that way. Watch out for this fence. Oh, this is cool. I really did not expect to see this on this property. Oh, look at that. Oh man, that is why I do this. Look at that. It's a rock chimney. And the remains of an old log cabin. Holy cow. That is unbelievable. Oh man, that's cool. Looks like an old cabin that was made out of cedar trees. We've got a rock chimney, some kind of outbuilding over there. And if I look, I'll show you where we are on the MapRight program. Okay. So the blue dot is us, and this is showing that we're just right on that east boundary of the property, very close to the core land. Oh, that is incredible. I love to see something like that. That's an old one. Hand-hewn cedar logs. Oh, and what's this now? Oh, look at that. That's a rock foundation. That would have been the root cellar. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Okay, that's the coolest thing I've seen all year. Imagine the work that went into that. Oh, that would be fun to clean this up a little bit and use it as a foundation for a little cabin. You just don't see something like that. That's incredible. And we are just practically right on the boundary of the Corps of Engineer line. But according to MapRight, which is generally pretty accurate, these foundations and whatnot, they are on the property. They are on the east side of the property. That white X on the tree is what the Corps of Engineers does to blaze the property lines. So there's another one there. And there's a white stake up by the road up there. So yeah, that's the Corps line. The buildings are indeed on the property. That is fantastic. We had no idea this was here. Look at that ancient cedar cabin and that rock chimney. Wow, it would be fun to really poke around here and see what you could find. That looks like the corner of another log building right there. Look at this. Cool little glass bottle. So they had several log structures, clearly. And now here's a part with, that was timber frame. That could have been an addition that was added later. So interesting. Another old glass bottle. That is just too cool. I would guess that the log structures are very old, and that part of it was added onto later, this kind of board and batten type pattern. This certainly could have been added later as an addition. See, you can see the log cabin type and then the addition, and that metal on the roof of the addition can't be too old. And there's the Corps of Engineer line right there. Really interesting. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That is too cool. Well, now we might as well walk down to the toward the lake and see how that looks from here. I would imagine that they picked this site for a reason. Although that site very likely predates the actual lake, because I'm told the lake was built in the early 50s when they dammed up those rivers. So I would sure guess that that site predates that. So now we're on the Corps of Engineer land. I can see the lake through the trees already. We've got quite a few deer trails. actually another fence, so watch out for that when you come down this way. So when we did the drone video, we were able to see this this side, and it looked like part of the frontage on the lake was fairly steep, almost like a miniature bluff, like a 10 or 12 foot drop. And then as you went to the south, it got quite a bit less steep. So here where we are, we've got a nice view of the lake through the trees. And I'm curious to see if there are any natural trails right down to the water. There's another cross fence. Watch out for these fences as you come through here. I'm going to say this is probably the steep part down to the lake. If we were to walk to the south a couple hundred feet, it's quite a bit more gradual. But since we're here already, let's have a look at the water. Well, that's pretty. There's the marina directly across from us. And this is like a little miniature bluff. It goes straight down into the water. It's about 15 feet above the lake. And like I said, if we were to walk to the south a little bit, after doing that drone video, I could tell that it does get quite a bit less steep, where you can actually walk right to the water. Man, this is gorgeous. Whoops. We'll take a look at the drone video as well. Let us know if you have any questions. The building site was unexpected. That old cabin was really, really cool. I mean, you seldom see that. So that was pretty special. But feel free to come on out and take a look at it. Check the website at InstantAcres.com to see if it's still available. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Really special property.